I'm the one with the biggest mouth, so they let me talk first. They're all gonna breathe. So we just wanna welcome everybody here. Thank you for coming out. We're called We Dram Pipes and Drums. We're most of us from Central Maine, most from the Bangor area. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Our mission is to learn, teach, and perform Celtic music. Proceeds go towards equipment and other band expenses. Donations are always gratefully accepted, and we do make contributions to other funds as well. We're going to introduce our band members. So, pipe major, Ernie Smith from Bucksport, Maine. Ernie is also a pipe major emeritus from the Anna Highlanders, the Highlanders out of Bangor. Pipe sergeant, Piper Al Baker, Al's from Brewer, Maine. Al's also pipe corporal for the Anna Highlanders. Piper Dan Medore. Dan is from Hamden, Maine. He's also a piper with the Anna Highlanders. My name is Mike Hopkins. I'm from Augusta, and I'm also with the Anna Highlanders. Our drum major is Tom Sawyer. Tom is from Holden, Maine, and Georgia. He's the drum major of Anna Highlanders as well. On snare drum, we have Brandon Crone. Brandon's from Bangor. Brandon is one of the past drummers of the Anna Highlanders. And the last snare drummer, Tony Smith. Tony's from South Portland, and also a past drummer of the Anna Highlanders. So, as you can see from the introductions, we're all Shriners. Pretty much all have played with the Anna Shrine Band, and the motto for Shriners is, "We march so others may walk." If you have questions, anytime we stop and take a breather, we always like to have people ask. It also gets us a longer breather if you're asking questions. Don't be afraid to come up. If you want to take pictures, folks, come right up and take pictures. None of us bite, I swear to God, none of us will bite you. So come up and take good pictures, move your chairs up. I just told somebody earlier, I said, this is just like my Catholic church. I can tell everybody's in the back. You ever notice that? Everybody notice that? Right? Nobody sits up front in the Catholic church. I figured that out a long time ago. So don't be shy. Come right up if you want a better seat. So again, any questions between tunes, put your hand up. We'll call it. Oh. Roll up.
Next up is Danny Boy. We got a little story to go with this one. The middle verse will be a little bit different than the others. Years ago, I tried to sit down and write a harmony for it. Well, it sounded pretty good by itself, but it didn't go with the melody. So I kept working on it, and I've incorporated it into the tune anyway, and it sounds like a key shift in the middle of the tune, and then go back to the first verse. So anyway, the story behind this is that I got a request to do a graveside service down at Petite Manan Point. Anybody know where that is? Down east? Yep. There's a bird sanctuary down there, and there's a little church in there that's about, I'm gonna say about 12 by 12. And the cemetery not much bigger. And I was running late, so I came piping my way in. And when I stopped, I asked folks, I said, what do you want to hear for tunes? Well, you're the piper, you play what you want. Well, the deceased name was Danny. So I named this verse, Danny Boy Baum from Petite Manan. So I'll play it for you. song in this next set you should recognize. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You tell me after it's over. What's the name of the song? That's close.
Skyboat!
All right.
From way in the back.
They're paying attention.
This one you guys will recognize, Leonard Cohen, Hallelujah. I heard it about 2 years ago on bagpipes, first time ever, and I fell in love with it. Downloaded the sheet music, learned it, and wasn't as popular with the rest of the band members, so the hell with them.
Anybody watch the World Cup? Yeah? So I have 3 teams that I cheer for. Because I'm a McDonald, I have to cheer for Scotland, of course. And I miss being in Boston. I finally moved out of Boston and the party shows up. But I also Canadian citizen, so I have to cheer for Canada, and I'm also US citizen, so of course go USA. Well, I was pretty disappointed on all 3 fronts, but anyway, if you watched a lot of the coverage of the World Cup in Scotland playing, you would have heard pipers all over Boston playing Flower of Scotland. And if my reed will hold up for me, I'd like to play that one for you. It's one that I just learned, so we'll see how it goes.
That's the hope. Roll up.
Our Bucksport paper mill closed in 2014. My sister, Pat Smith Ranzoni, Poet Laureate Emeritus of Bucksport, received a Spirit Words Fund grant from the University of Maine Foundation to do an anthology describing the diverse history of the papermaking industry in the state of Maine. Pat put out a call for stories, poems, photos, and music, all to do with the mill's history. After extensive research, compilation, and organizing, her 432-page book, Still Mill, was published in 2017 and can be purchased at Bookstacks, any independent bookstore, online. As part of this collection, I composed a tune called Papermaker's Lament, which I will now perform for you. Oh yeah, and a side story that goes with this. The first time I ever performed this in public was up in East Millinocket. I didn't know who the graveside service was for, and there wasn't any planning going on, and at the end, they wanted me to play anything but Amazing Grace. I get that once in a while. So I suggested this one and told the pastor the history behind it. He said, do it. And as it turns out, the deceased was the last plant manager of the East Millinocket Mill. That don't make the hair stand up on the back of your neck, nothing like that.
like a lot of sad songs on bagpipes, doesn't it? How many remember Paul McCartney? Anybody heard of Mull of Kintyre? Paul McCartney wrote that in the mid-70s. He lived in Scotland, had a place in Kintyre, and decided there wasn't enough modern Scottish bagpipe songs. So he wrote Mull of Kintyre. This is the song that he wrote.
Okay, now we're gonna go patriotic. Being the 250th anniversary of the country, we're gonna do some military tunes.
to share a poem entitled The Green Fields of France, first written 1957 by an Australian-Irish composer whose name is escaping me, but it does reference the war to end all wars, the Great War, World War I, and the loss of an entire generation as a result. It's an anti-war tune, and within it, you'll hear repeated references to a song called The Flowers of the Forest, which in itself references the loss of such a young generation and all these young men that went to war and passed, which Ernie will follow the poem with in song. So, as never done before in a performance with Dram, I'm going to recite or melodically speak, certainly not sing, this song, as it has been covered by many Irish folk ensembles and my personal favorite, Irish punk rock band, the Dropkick Murphys. Well, how do you do, young Willie McBride? You mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while in the warm summer sun? I've been walking all day and I'm nearly done, and I see by your gravestone you were only 19 when you joined the Great Fallen in 1916. Well, I hope you died quick, and I hope you died clean. Oh, Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the pipe lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? For Willie McBride, it all happened again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Roll. Up.
think about it. No questions?
I got one. Why the red kilt?
Because this is my family tartan McDonald, and they're too cheap to they're too cheap to buy me a green one.
The green one is the Irish national target.
And he's brand new.
Should have said you were like the general.
We'll go with that. Yes, I like it. See?
All right, this next tune I'm going to do in remembrance of our longtime pipe major, Paul Hazard. He was a lawyer in Belfast, and the guy had a brain tumor, which ate slowly away at him. He went to Duke University Hospital, and they used a process that they developed at Jackson Lab that they injected live polio virus, and it would eat up the cancer. Unfortunately, it didn't totally do the trick. He got an extra 3 years beyond what they predicted, and he played pipes with this band until he had to go elbow to elbow with the guy next to him so he could march. And the name of this tune is called Piper to the End. And I'm sure you've all heard of Mark Knopfler. Look up Piper to the End, acoustic guitar, Mark Knopfler. Well, when I first saw it, I was in tears. And the lyrics for it and everything, remembering Paul. And there was no pipes in it. It kind of threw me. And I started scrolling down, and I found a version that somebody had written for pipes. And I memorized it, and I try to dedicate this to Paul every time we have an event. So again, Mark Knopfler's Piper to the End. Oh my, that's a long and difficult process. Okay, so these are the Great Highland bagpipes, developed, I guess, by the Scots. But you go over to Ireland, and you've got what they call Illian pipes. Well, Illian is Gaelic for elbow. Okay, so you got a bellows over here, and you've got a bag over here. No blowpipe because you're getting it from your elbow. All right, so in talking with Eddie Dam down at the Summit Sea store in Bar Harbor, he said it's the only woodwind instrument that you could talk and play at the same time if you could concentrate enough. And part of that is that when you play the Illian pipes, you rest the chanter on your leg. and there's 2 notes that they have to play, that you have to pick it up. Now, you add that to all the things that you have to do with pipes and a whole bunch of keys. That's one of the differences between Irish and Great Highland bagpipe. So, oh yeah, and we only have 9 notes. I don't know how many alien pipes have.
All of them. They have all of them. We only have 9.
All of them. So, good question though. Good question. But there's still a lot of Irishmen that play the big Great Highland bagpipes. So, me for one. I'm Scot and Irish, so I can get away with it.
we just want to take a minute to say thank you to some of the people that helped organize this. Dean Martin and friends of Fort Knox for setting up and promoting the event. To our band members who travel long distances to make the event happen. And most importantly, our spouses for their support and patience as we prepared for this event. Trust me, they don't see us all. That's not always a bad thing. With that, we'd like to thank all of you for coming. We hope you enjoyed the show. Afterwards, if you have any questions, we'll pick it up. Please come on up, and now we'll close with our final selection of Going Home and Amazing Grace.
So, roll.